Hey guys, Zone here. Back with the final build update for the Heartseeker build. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since our last update. I've actually been quite busy in real life. Also, I didn't have much time to work on the build. Also, I was actually kind of demotivated from playing the build, as the Heartseeker was bugged for a long time from targeting exile mages, and the build was turning out to be quite mediocre as we progress through higher and higher corruptions. So let's get to the point here. So where did the build end up at and why? So the build ended up in around 350 corruption. That's where I stopped trying to progress it further. This stems mainly from Bleed the Heartseeker is lacking quite a lot of damage to push any further into monoliths, as Bleed in general as an ailment mechanic really requires you to ramp up your damage by applying multiple hits, as you can see in the clip that is being displayed. You need a lot of hits to rack up the bleed stacks, and you need a lot of attack speed to do that. And at a certain point, as the monster HP scales with higher corruptions, it gets harder and harder to kill packs fast enough to make use of our movement speed, and progressing monoliths becomes quite bothersome and quite slow, to a point where you start dying because you're not clearing the packs fast enough. And because Heartseeker relies on killing monsters to proc punctures, which is our main source of clear speed, that's when the build kind of grinds to a halt, and then we had to recalculate how we can scale the build. And long story short, damage was not scaling fast enough, and play Force Bite or something. So why is the damage not good? Mainly because we don't have any item support. Sadly, our main items for bleed with bows are Sanguine Horde, which is just mainly for sustain and attack speed, which is again not gonna help you much in just doing regular all monoliths, and Valdir's, which is also kind of like mainly for sustaining bleed duration. Again, you want like the alpha damage to clear packs fast, and sadly without any sort of faster bleeds, we cannot scale our damage well enough into monoliths, and yeah, it is what it is. But there is a bright side. The Heartseeker, bleed Heartseeker is actually quite decent at killing bosses, and yeah, I'll be showing you the Aborov kill we did on stream. It's not the fast Aborov kill, but it's quite comfortable. You just have to get used to his attack patterns, and you're pretty much good to go. Yeah, let's go over the Aborov fight, and we'll come back and I'll discuss more reasons why the build turned out to be mediocre. And yeah, I'll see you guys after the kill. Everything up to like about 25% health, that's all going for smooth, and then I just get, I don't know, killed. Save your eyes. What do you mean? What do you mean? Save my eyes with what? How? I need eyes to face him. That was fucking close. Please get the build stronger. Maybe it's strong enough. I can kill him right now. I can definitely kill him right now. It's literally my skill issue. The build is strong enough, trust me. The people were doubting me like really hard on this build. Here we go, Fat Harbinger died. Here Harbinger about to die. I mean, there's not much I can really upgrade right now, Suvi. Not much. Not a lot of upgrades remaining. But yeah, if I don't kill him now, I might just farm a little bit. Okay, I dodged. Yikes. Okay, well, my dodge rating sometimes can be quite high if I pick up the arrows. That is... Oh, yeah, see? Just like that. Ooh. Grab the arrows. Grab the arrows. Here he go, here's the slam attack again. He'll be behind, that's fine. Necrotic slice attack. Okay, keep running around him, and perfect. Smoke bomb him. Okay, last phase. Dodged. Perfect. There we go. So we don't you can kill him. There we go, boys. Build complete. Build is complete. We can kill Aberov. Okay, that was the Aberov kill. So let's get to my main talking points about the build. So, why the build has failed? Again, lack of item support, and also I would blame my RNG a little bit. I did not manage to find any single tier 7 damage over time or dexterity for my Valdir, so I have played this whole time with regular Valdirs without any legendary potential. But aside from that, the gear is pretty much as good as you will get it, also getting some red rings, maybe some Ravenous Void gloves, maybe Uberov gloves could have been helpful here. But yeah, let's go over. First of all, the defenses. Dodge is a really bad defensive mechanic, and I'll be explaining why. Even at peak dodge, you'll still be capping it at 85%, and while it sounds quite good and you have 40% glancing blow damage reduction to fall back to, you still get slapped around silly. And after playing a little bit of Void Knight as my second character and realizing how easy it is to get 40% constant damage reduction from just having armor, dodge is definitely not the way to go. And because I was already like down with the character, I did not bother respecing into dodge. But if you still want to play this build, definitely don't lean hard into dodge. Definitely just play armor based build, which leads me to my second point. Darkweaver. So Darkweaver, well, it gives me a lot of recurve chance, which helps immensely with the damage over time of Heartseeker. Because of our damage over time no per recurve. The cost associated with using Darkweaver is so high that I have actually like contemplated dropping that skill entirely. And when I did do some testing without playing Darkweaver, the damage was so miserable on bosses and single target, I have decided to stick with it. Playing with Darkweaver means I have to pay a lot of mana in prolonged fights, because we have to pair for the node which grants you a mana cost whenever you pick up and use the black arrow. And you have to pick 2 of those points to get the Heartseeker recurve chance. On the bright side, Dark Weaver does give you a lot of dust shrouds, and you do generate a lot of black arrows just by shooting Heartseeker. After every third recover, you have like a chance to generate dark arrows on the ground around you, picking those up. It's good to go. But again, it would probably been better to have shift with shurikens and shuriken rotating around you and giving you armor instead. Probably better for survivability. You will see a lot of other marksmen play with those kind of skills. Again, because I really was desperate for to get more damage going on the build, I opted to not go that route. Your results may differ if you do. Yeah. Overall, I would say marksman definitely needs a buff. Marksman feels really weak right now. After I played Void Knight up to level 84 or something, not even like going hard into the mana stacking yet. I've just like recently swapped to a World Splitter. Just playing like a Void Beacon Erasing Strike Void Knight feels like 1,000 times better than any marksman build I've played so far. And it's really sad. I really like bows. I really like the Ranger archetype in fantasy action RPGs. And I feel like marksman could use some more support, especially for bleed. As really, like, if you compare the paladin tree to marksman tree for bleed support, it's just day and night difference. Also, I would really look into how dodge works in this game. I would even go beyond, go like really far and say maybe just make dodge be a flat damage reduction, just like armor behaves. So just so you don't get screwed 50% of the time, just end up dying to just like a random hit from a mob. How would you, if you still want to play Heartseeker, and if you still want to play damage over time, I would definitely recommend any other build guide for playing Frostbite Heartseeker. I've seen several people have great success with it, as you have way better uniques to scale Frostbite, and you also get to freeze as an innate part of Frostbite as an ailment. It's also like a part of why bleed is like such a weak state right now. Not a lot of support for items, especially for bows. Yeah, it's like it really turned out to be sad, even though the build planner seemed to give us like a lot of effective HP, and like the scaling of the damage seemed good enough on paper, but sorry, it just did not turn out like this. And I do apologize for baiting anybody for that started this build and was excited and ended up having the same results as I did. The skill was untested. We didn't know how good it will be, so I end up having like the more mediocre build probably out of all the Heartseekers. And I am really sorry about anybody who got baited. What's coming next on the channel? Probably Void Knight. I've just rolled a Void Knight because it's literally the level of the patch. It's fun. I like it. But there is something interesting that I have found, and those would be the 4 legendary potential Falcon Fists, which I'll be showing on screen right now. Alongside a 3 legendary potential Phantom Grip, I'm probably gonna be re-rolling this Void Knight, or even just rolling a brand new Sentinel to play Forged Weapons. I've heard the synergy between these gloves and the Phantom Grip is gonna be insane. And for LP item, you don't get to play with those very often, so I'm quite excited to try it out. After I'm done with the Void Knight, after I'm done pushing to 1,000 or maybe 2,000 corruption, killing Uberov, like getting like more nice items in my stash. And yeah, and thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody who had kind words in the comments and helpful tips. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.